You and Chris are going to be in here talking about God knows what.
That's production at its finest right there.
Ladies and gentlemen, you just don't get that kind of quality everywhere.
You don't.
You don't. Sometimes you got to pay money for that kind of quality.
Finger on the button. We don't want Butch being president.
That's right. It's the best finger in the world. Pretty much sure it is. Everybody knows it. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Butch and Chris Show.
Welcome to my time machine.
It is a show that we do from time to time because we like hanging out and figure you might want to hang out with us. And so we do the Butch and Chris Show. And, hang on one second, ladies and gentlemen. I have a breaking news situation. Ladies and gentlemen, Chris has just opened the first beverage of the podcast. And there you go.
Very nice.
Very, very nice.
And as I always say, children, drink local, support your local brewers.
Yeah.
They make some mighty fine beverages.
Support your local coffee brewers. You know, your local ones. You know.
Yeah, well, there's a big difference between brewers
and brewers. That's really deep, man.
Right?
Far out.
What if CAT really spelled dog?
Which leads me to the first story of the night, Chris. I'm about to tell you the sad story that happened.
This is sad. I don't want to hear
This is sad. I'm still a little heartbroken.
Are you verklempt?
I am verklempt. Chris, I met a girl named Tina, and I fell in love. Yeah. Debbie knows. Don't get it all twisted. But, exactly. And what she is a 3-month-old dog that we dog sat for about 10 days while the family went on a cruise.
How'd that go?
It went fantastic because, okay, so here's the thing. It was fine. She was born blind. I mean, totally and completely blind. And she was the coolest little dog because she doesn't know anything else. It was just so like here's the difference there. Like I would keep talking so she would know where I was, and so she got to where she knew how to follow me through the house, avoid everything, go outside, do her business, and I got to be really attached to this little dog. And the only thing is, she's not really a little dog. Where Bentley is 13 pounds of awesome, as I like to say, she is already like 15 pounds, and she's heading towards like 40 or 50. And because she's blind, you know, dogs go off visual cues with each other. They'll do the play bow, and they'll start. She just comes at about 1,000,000 miles an hour and bowls him over, and he's like, "What in the what?
There's a protocol. There's a protocol."
Exactly. That's exactly what it was. And so he was kind of put out with her the entire time. He didn't like her chewing on the toys. Every time, and plus she would startle him because she'd just jump up on the side of the chair where he'd be like laying down there sleeping, and she'd want to see me, so she'd just pop up there, you know, and he's like, "Wah!" you know. But no, she was awesome, and it was really cool because of the way she would like cock her little head to the side and kind of look up, and you can tell that she's just sitting there. What in the world?
That was obvious. That was weird.
That was weird.
I had my phone sitting on a sheet of paper, and I pulled that out. Let me see if I can do that sound again.
Yeah,
that was pretty cool.
That's what I would have told him too. Yeah.
Here we go.
Hang on.
There.
That's close, yeah.
It was close.
That's close. You know what's that like? You remember when you were a kid and teenager, and you would like scoot in on a vinyl bench somewhere, and you'd make that poot sound, and then you would like have to try to do it again to prove to everybody else that it was the bench and not you.
I am not going to say this person's name.
Yes,
but back in the day when we all went to Pickles Gap Baptist Church,
what did Clegg do?
No, I ain't saying this person's name. I'm not going to embarrass them. But literally one of the funniest things I've ever been party to. We didn't have no cushions on them wooden pews.
Oh, I know.
And I remember this guy was going to ease one out in church.
Oh, sounding board.
We're in the middle of. I mean, the preacher is preaching hellfire and brimstone, and all of the youth is sitting on these back pews. And he cocked to one side, and it went. And he started laughing, and I laughed. Every mom in that church turned around at the same
And
time.
glared.
Oh my gosh!
You know the glare.
He got a beating too. I remember that.
Man.
He
Listen,
did.
here's the thing.
You remember the balcony?
Yes.
We lasted one Sunday in the balcony.
here's what I remember about being in church as a kid. Is that if something struck you as funny, it was almost impossible not to laugh.
Oh my gosh!
Because you weren't supposed to.
Right.
And it was always like during a prayer or something. And guys, if you've ever been to an old school Southern Baptist church, I mean, I'm talking about in the old days. You get one of them fellas up there that would start praying, and he'd go for like 15 minutes, on a prayer. Like,
if you're listening to this podcast, you know who you are.
Lord, we come to you today, and it would just go. And so anything that would strike you as funny because as a kid, it's hard to be still and quiet for that amount of time.
Oh my gosh.
And so do you remember, okay, so here's my story. I was sitting next to Galen Ross.
Oh yeah.
Who had bought one of these, or for Christmas had gotten one of these fancy digital watches that had an alarm on it. Well, guess what went off? And he's sitting here desperately trying to get that thing shut off, and I start laughing. And it's and I can't stop. And I'm sitting here,
Dude,
I'm hurting myself.
Those digital watches, when they came out, I cannot remember who this was, but I was in 8th grade. He was in 9th grade, and we had a class together, and I don't remember who it was, but he had one of those digital watches, and he'd be sitting there in class, and you'd see him look at his watch, and he'd start packing all his stuff up, get it in his book bag, the bell would go off, and he'd walk out of class. I'm like, that's the coolest thing I've ever seen.
Yes, 'cause he had it down to
yes, seconds. He had it down to seconds.
Like, I know, but the bell rang.
Yeah.
And you got to go. I think it's time, Chris, for us to sit here and talk about our producers.
Okay.
What do you think about that? Oh, something just landed on my head. I have not killed that thing yet.
No, I ain't killed it yet either.
We got a circle fly flying around here. I call them circle flies because it's the kind of fly you see circling the horse's rear end.
I ain't never.
And I'm not saying Chris's eyes that Chris and I are.
He landed on
ends.
Butch. Just saying.
But you can't fool them flies.
No,
you can't. No. So these are the wonderful people who support the Butch and Chris show with a monthly contribution of, Chris, $3.
That's simple.
Yeah.
It's simple math. I mean, it's an odd number. I get it. But literally, it's one less than $4. I mean, come on.
It is. It's one less. But it's one more than two,
one
for
more,
sure.
Yeah, I mean, dude, really, I mean, what can you do with $2? You can't. I mean, really, what can you do with $3?
Yeah.
Well, you can support
the
this podcast.
See there? Yeah. Or however much you want to, which leads me to our lead supporter here, ladies and gentlemen, Daddy Rach.
Big Daddy Rach.
Yeah, we may bring Big Daddy Rach on the podcast one day. We've discussed
we
this.
have a new as of our last show. He's new, but this cat and I go way back.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I really appreciate it.
Smiley.
Yeah, I appreciate you supporting, Smiley. Get all some of them other deadbeats you hung out with, man, to support too. Come on now.
Smiley. And
Kate S.
Roger McDougal.
Melinda Hignite.
Dusty Breeze. Good old Dusty Breeze.
Oh, my gosh.
Chris B.
Nancy Schwartz.
Josh Ramsey.
Fran Adams. EM.
Thank you very much. And moving right along, Donna's husband.
Yeah.
And our very first ever supporter, ladies and gentlemen.
And you know the reason we do that?
Because we love him.
Not really. I mean, we love Donna, and we know Donna's the reason that we're getting paid. I get it.
Yeah, you don't think it was his idea to pay us, do you?
No. He's too busy petting a poodle.
Yeah, that's not a euphemism or anything. Although Chris did used to dance under the name Dong Quixote. Truth.
Well.
Yeah.
That's a misnomer.
Yeah. First ever supporter, Tanya Island.
I love Tanya Island.
Yeah.
Man, I'll be honest with you. I know pretty much everybody, most of the people on this list, and I love each and every one of you. Thank you very much.
Yep. And I know the other people, and they're all good
There
people.
you go.
EM, I don't know. I think he's the only person we don't actually know.
But that's cool, man.
Yeah.
Chris
I've only
B,
talked with Joshua Ramsey online.
Chris B, we don't know her either.
No, that's right.
Yeah.
Only online
but
as well.
thank you very much. I mean,
But she seems really cool.
I hope you're entertained. I really am. I mean, we are.
Yeah.
I mean, we're vegetables. I don't know if you know this or not, but I consider myself a nice tomato.
I'd say a tater.
Tater?
Tater.
You think so?
Yeah, you're a tater, dude.
Well,
Come on.
yeah.
And with eternal love to Linda and Stephen. Thank you to all of our fantastic supporters. Find out how you can support this hair podcast by heading over to Butch and Chris.
This is not a hair podcast.
This hair podcast. Well, not as much. Well, a hair. It depends on where.
Damn it, Gina. Come on. This ain't a hair podcast. We ain't talking about hair. We're
Okay.
not doing it.
All right.
I'm not doing it.
Okay. I was going to talk about, guys, clean up your nostril hair because it's gross. Okay.
Good Lord.
Get that stuff out.
What
But
in
this
the
here
hell?
podcast,
This place is, we've gone off the rails.
off the rails. ButchandChris.com is what I was trying to get out. That's where you can go to find all sorts of ways to support this kind of ill-timed behavior. So, Chris, the topic of the show today that I wanted to talk about is something that's happening right now. And it's a very topical thing. It's right here. Ladies and gentlemen, summer in the South. I want to talk about summer in the South.
Oh, Lord, it's only Tuesday.
Okay, so, wanting to always end on a positive, first I want to talk about what's bad about summer in the South.
Okay.
And then I want to talk about the good things in summer South, and maybe some of our favorite summertime activities that we did as we were kids.
As far as being here in the South, for me, the worst thing about summer is frickin' mosquitoes.
Mosquitoes are terrible.
Stand them.
I hate them, and they love me.
Oh, they do. Make me too. The sweet meat's out. It's a buffet.
Yeah. It's like, they see me coming. Here comes the chunky one. Let's get him.
Man.
But they will eat me alive if I go out. And I mean, I have to spray down anytime I'm going to go outside.
It's like taking a damn. What do you call it? Where you get some kind of radioactive.
Yeah, you got to take that shower in there.
Shower in DEET.
DEET, yeah. And I get the deep wood stuff because if
Yeah, me
anything
too.
less than that, they're going to tear me up.
Dude, I'm going to tell you something. Carlisle, Arkansas.
Oh, man, I bet they're terrible around there.
So my daughter, of course, both my kids played travel ball, travel baseball, travel softball.
Right?
And Cayenne is in a tournament in Carlisle. Their fields, literally the high school plays there also. They play baseball and softball at these same fields. And it sits between a rice field and a bean field. And, dude, when the sun went down,
They just swarmed.
oh, my God. It was like a black cloud coming through the lights on the field.
Gosh, man.
Off wouldn't stop them. Nothing stopped them.
Nothing stopped them.
It was the most miserable.
That's terrible,
And
man.
they ended up winning that tournament, so we were there till like 4 o'clock in the morning.
Just getting nailed.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
it was awful. Awful.
Yeah, you're sitting there looking like a pincushion. I'm glad you got one, honey.
Yeah. What's wrong with Chris? Well, he passed out because he,
passed
ain't
out
got
from blood loss.
No
Yeah.
blood to carry oxygen anymore. It's gone.
If you've never been hit by a swarm of mosquitoes, it's terrible. It is. It's one of the worst things.
The only
out there.
thing I can think of that would be worse would be accidentally getting in a bed of seed ticks.
Yes, or chiggers.
Oh my! Oh, chiggers are bad too.
Yeah, chiggers are bad too, but the seed ticks are, yeah.
If you come to visit the South, bring some damn off.
Yeah.
You're going to need it.
This
for
is what we're
chiggers,
trying to say.
Skeeters, ticks, insects.
And get the kind that's like 45 to 50% because these little, like, if you go and get the one that's like in the little orange and white can, that ain't going to do it. Get the one with green and camo on it. That's the one you're wanting.
I've got a public service announcement for anybody that's coming to Arkansas that's going to do outdoor stuff.
Yes.
It's a PSA. Stay on the trail.
Stay on the trail.
Do not venture off into the woods anywhere. There are people out there that don't like outsiders. Just telling you.
Stay if you're going to do the hikes, stay on those marked trails.
Yep, stay on the trails. Don't go
bushwhacking out there. That's a
smart.
bad thing.
You'll get buried in a hollow someplace, and
nobody
what
ever
the hell
find
happened
you.
to them? Well, I don't know. They went on a hike.
They went on a hike and they were never seen again.
That's my PSA for the day.
That's your PSA today.
Yep.
And that's not everywhere in the state, but it's in some parts of the state.
Yep, some parts of the state. You just need to start talking to some of the locals and say, "Hey, where's a good place to go?"
Yeah.
You know.
Well, you don't want to go here.
Yeah.
Because they know. They know. I agree with you on the mosquito and the other flora and fauna that's out there, and
you don't agree with my PSA.
I do agree with your PSA. That's some of the other flora and fauna that's out there.
So just a quick side story, rabbit hole.
Mm-hmm.
I was working back in the day with an OT that was out of Minnesota.
Right.
And she came in one day and she said, "Chris, I think me and my husband are going to go up and hike where you fish." And I went,
No.
That's not a good idea. And she said, "Why? It's a state park or a national park." And I said, "That may be so.
The national forest, yeah, it doesn't matter.
But with me and my accent, I might can talk my way out of there. You with your accent,
it ain't happening.
it ain't happening, man. You made a huge mistake."
See, because we can turn it on if we want to. we can talk like them people up here if we need to. See, we really get down there with them.
Front, but
we can sit there and talk with them.
I've been in some hairy situations, and you know where I fish, and you know where I've been in some hairy situations up there, and it's like, oh shit, I'm in the wrong place.
I'm in the wrong place at the wrong time. I better start talking like him. Yeah. Hey man, are you Earl's cousin? And you know he's got a cousin Earl somewhere. Hey man, I partied with you, man. You got to do. Remember that? It was out in the field. We had,
Now, there's some people listening to this podcast that will know, but literally, I was at a huge weekend party one time, and there was a guy there named John Boy.
Mm-hmm.
That was his name.
John Boy.
John Boy. And
was he a scary individual?
No.
Okay.
But he showed up with some chick, and one of my buddies left with that chick and went somewhere else, and he's roving around this camping full-blown hippie party screaming her name at the top of his lungs, and everybody's like, "Yeah, I don't know where she went. I don't know.
How dare you?"
Yeah, right. I was worried about my buddy. I thought he was going to get killed when he got back.
Killed. They would have killed him dead. And one of besides mosquitoes also, one of the questions I was asked one time, I was trying to answer questions in a Facebook group. People were asking which one of the, it's like, which one of the swimming holes has snakes in it? All of them.
Yep, every one of them.
Every one of them. They all have snakes in them. Hopefully they're just water snakes, but they all have snakes. Anybody of water here.
There's not a snake out there that's going to chase you down in water to be mean.
Right.
Now, you can be fishing and float under a limb, and they end up in the boat with you. But trust me, they're as surprised as you are, and I don't like snakes. The only good snake I have ever seen has been dead. Every one of them. I can't stand them. But playing devil's advocate, the snake didn't fall in your boat to attack you. It accidentally fell in your boat, and he's trying to get the hell out of there.
Yeah.
So don't go crazy. Don't
get him out of the boat.
Get him out of the boat. Don't swamp.
Yeah. Swamp. Don't turn overward. They are.
That's another thing we're getting here. Gators.
That's the thing. And we, growing up, we didn't have gators this far north.
No.
We do now.
We do. They're showing. I've seen pictures on Facebook of them in North Little Rock.
Yeah.
In that slough there between.
Big ones.
Yes. Big gators.
Alligators.
Yep.
And
I'm out.
Yeah.
I don't, dude. I'm gonna tell you right now. They may be protected.
There are things that live here and thrive here now that we didn't have as kids. One is alligators. The other is black bears. I didn't see black bears in this county.
We had them on the island we had the original strain of Arkansas black bear on the island when I was a kid.
Right.
And I saw bears over there. That's the only place in the state you'd see them. But the Game and Fish started transporting them back out and
Into their habitats.
into different places. Literally the prettiest animal I've ever seen in the woods.
Oh, they're beautiful.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
they're gorgeous, and they're as scared of you as, for the most part.
Yeah.
They're scared
listen,
of
you
as
get a
are
sow
them.
with cubs, you may not
Yeah,
want to.
that's not a good idea.
That's not a good idea. But for the most part, they're just going to leave you
I
alone.
had a relative that actually, one of them ran up a tree and he stuck it under his hunting coat.
Oh wow.
And his son-in-law was saying, "You got to drop her. I'm fixing to have to shoot her." I mean,
Yeah.
she was coming,
She was coming.
and he dropped the cub, and which was stupid. I mean, I still can't believe he did this.
That's so dumb.
But
yeah.
when he dropped it, she stopped.
Yeah. At that point,
And didn't have to shoot.
and they're lucky that she stopped.
And we had a sow on the island that produced twins every year
Yeah.
for years. So, but yes, they have become more prominent everywhere else. And
Yes.
and another thing, the Game and Fish for years said wasn't here was
Mountain
panthers.
lions.
Mountain lions.
Well, they
panthers.
still tell you that they're not here.
Yeah, they're full of shit.
Yeah, they
are here.
Well, what they said. Well, that's someone who was keeping one as a pet and escaped. No, we have breeding populations in this state, and we have for the past 50 years.
But here's
you know
what
why
you
they're
need
not
to-
doing that?
here's what
Because
you
if they admit to it,
It's an
they're gonna-
endangered animal.
They're going to have to regulate them,
That's right.
and they don't want to do that.
But here's the deal, man. I did some reading up on mountain lions. Do you know what their range is?
No, it's pretty wild. It's
250 miles
so you're going to tell me
in
that
a
they're-
circle.
Yeah. So they're not going to be like coming from Oklahoma and going, oh, that's Arkansas state line. I
No.
can't go there.
Dude, I will
You know.
tell you straight up, we were getting overrun with hogs where I hunted when I was still in the camp.
Yeah.
And I shot 2 hogs, and they both ran off. And I shot them at the same time.
Yeah.
It was a group of them, and I took 2 of them out. Guys, if that bothers you, what you need to understand is
They are invasive.
they are very invasive.
They are not native.
A mama pig has 3 litters a year, up to 13 pigs at a time,
Yeah.
and it doesn't take very long. And within 6 months, a female is ready to breed.
Yeah.
And they will destroy a habitat. So
They're
you
the
got to take them
reason.
out.
They're the reason that certain turkey populations in parts of the states have
Are gone.
dropped.
Yep.
Quail, which
Here's
you
another-
don't see quail like you used
No.
to.
Here's another interesting side note to that. We had rattlesnakes on the island, timber rattlers. They wouldn't rattle anymore
Because the hogs would.
because that's a dinner bell.
Yeah.
Hogs love snakes, and they
wouldn't rattle.
They
and
wouldn't
so
rattle,
they
and
just
you
bite
can't see a damn timber rattler
You
on a
can't.
bed of leaves. You cannot see them. It's scary.
You can't see them or copperheads either.
No.
they blend right into that
Bad
forest
news.
floor.
But anyway,
Yeah,
I got off the stand. Yeah, that thing's driving me
Yeah,
nuts.
we got this little fly in here that's just been bugging us for 2 podcasts.
I shot those hogs, and I waited. You don't get off the stand when there's a group of hogs. You just don't do it. They will
No.
eat you alive.
Far,
So I
far more
waited.
dangerous than any bear or
Our mountain lion,
mountain lion.
the pack of hogs,
Pack
is
of
a
hogs
bad
will
thing.
kill you and eat you, and, they
and there won't
find
be
you.
anything left. Just
Yeah.
saying. Anyway, I waited probably 10 or 15 minutes before I
Yeah.
got off stand. I was like, I know I hit them hogs. I got off. I was going to look for blood. As I walked to where I knew I shot them at, I saw a paw print on the ground. And I looked at it and went by, and I said, that's a cat print.
Yeah, that's a big cat print.
Well, I mean, it didn't register the time because I was on a mission. So I went out there and I looked around and I came back and I took a picture of it. The only thing I didn't do was put my foot down beside it to show you how big it was. And I came home and I looked up bobcats.
and they ain't that big.
That ain't no bobcat. That was
Yeah.
a big cat.
That's a big cat.
So, yeah, they're here.
Yeah,
And
they're here, and there's a breeding population. Game and Fish ain't is lying to you. So
Well, they're not lying. They
No.
just don't want to pay.
no, they're lying. They're lying off. I've actually confronted a
Game and Fish.
Game and Fish guy on
Dude,
that, and I
it's
said,
an-
"You guys are lying."
It's
you
an
know?
endangered animal, and
Yeah.
they're going to have to pay big money
Yep.
if it's an endangered animal.
That's
and I
true.
get it. I do.
I get it, but
damn
they're lying.
You need
You know.
to tell the public.
That
Because there's
we-
people who got them on game cams. They've seen them.
Yeah,
But you're talking about a cat that covers 250 square miles. It's in a circle, a
in
radius.
circle, in a radius. Yeah,
So, good Lord, man.
Yeah, they're gonna get
that's
you.
big range.
Getting back to things about summer that are not. Yeah, I'm just the humidity and the heat.
Boat ass.
swamp butt.
Swamp butt, boat ass, whatever. You get in
Yeah.
a boat on a seat and you fish, and next thing you know,
Yeah.
you and Shrek is fighting with your ass to figure out who owns that swamp.
Yeah. But, and for people in other parts of the country, if you're listening to this, you are experiencing parts of the country right now what we go through the entire summer with.
Yep.
Because you guys are getting the heat and humidity as far north as Wisconsin and as far east as New York City right now. And your heat indexes actually have been higher than ours the past couple of days. And so we feel for you, but we want you to know that's normal.
Yeah, come August, we'll talk again.
That's normal down here, which is why we have air conditioning. And
The summer of 80?
Summer of 80.
Summer of 80, we had
Yeah.
no rain for like 60 days.
Yeah, that was the summer I spent in the tent the entire summer.
I remember that.
That was my job. I will tell you, though, I think living in that condition, I was so conditioned to heat, it got me my starting position in football that fall.
Yeah.
Because I was the only one that wasn't just throwing up during
Dying.
practice and dying because I was acclimated. I was sleeping in it. I was outside in the sun all day in it.
I've
And-
worked where is talking about working.
Yeah.
I did it for 2 summers, and yeah, you're in it.
And you're in it. And
There is no AC.
There is no AC anywhere out there. There was a
being
window
on-
unit in one area.
Being
that
on
you could
being
get
on
in.
staff, you did have fans. We did have fans, and
Yeah.
God bless you if you didn't have a fan. That was a
I
bad
didn't
deal.
because they stuck me out at one of the.
I know where you were.
at Ridgetop.
Yeah, I know where you were, and I
Yeah.
can't believe they did that to you.
Well, it's because it was close to the waterfront area.
When you were a CIT,
No, I was full staff there.
were you full staff?
Yeah, I was full staff.
Did you do
But
2 summers?
I only did one. I did CIT one summer for 3
That's
weeks.
what I thought.
For 3 weeks before. In 79 I did.
That's what
3
I
weeks.
thought.
And then I did the full summer in 80. And
So I
got paid
didn't.
for
I
that
didn't
one.
do camp staff until 85, 86.
This is a Boy Scout camp, folks.
Yeah,
So,
85, 86. I did camp staff.
yeah.
Great time.
But-
I had a great time.
Summer of 80 is for those of you we had it whenever here locally they talk about record highs in the summer. Well, the high today was set in the summer of 1980. You're going to hear that all summer long because
Yep.
it has not been broken in 40
I don't want it to be broken.
in 46 years.
I don't want to live through that again. That was awful.
In 45 years it hasn't been broken.
Awful.
And it was terrible. It was the worst heat that, and as a matter of fact, I was a part of saving someone's life out there,
Right.
Because we had a kid go down with heat stroke right in front of us. The bending, the muscles were contracting.
Were you on the waterfront when Chad went down? Chad
No.
Boyd?
Mm-mm. Oh, he went down too.
He did. He didn't go down with heat stroke. He actually something happened, and they had to pull him out of the water. I remember that
Wow.
very vividly. Of course, when your best friend is,
Yeah.
yeah, you remember stuff like that
Wow.
for sure.
That's wild. No, I didn't even know Chad that happened to Chad. That's
Chad.
wild. But summer heat down here, like I said, right now as we record this, there are parts of the country that are going through this. We feel for you. We understand.
Yeah.
We completely get it, and we know some of you folks up there don't have air conditioning because you usually don't need it, and I feel really bad for you. But this is just what we deal with every single summer down here is heat and humidity. And, if you don't have that humidity, when they say, well, I have been out west in the summer when it was 115 degrees, and it's different because it's dry. And I'm telling you, it's different. You get out here because the humidity affects, it makes the hot feel hotter, it makes the cold feel colder. The humidity affects all of that. But, yeah, definitely summertime heat. The other thing, Chris, that I will tell you in the summer that I really don't like is getting into that vehicle.
No.
When you get
Oh,
off
no.
work, it is the worst. It's like stepping into an oven. It is the worst. And do you remember as a kid when we had the vinyl seats in the cars and you would get in a bench seat that
Yes.
heating, and you were wearing a pair of shorts
Yes.
and it would roast your little backside, man. It was terrible. But yeah, the getting into a hot car, terrible part of the summer right there.
I'm sending a text. Go ahead, or an email actually. Go ahead, keep talking, baby.
Yeah.
You're doing great.
Yeah, I'm doing great. Thanks for just stopping the podcast to send an email. I'll just keep talking. So And we talked about this on the other show, the one previous to this in the summertime that's bad is that slide at the park.
Oh, my gosh.
That thing heats up to roughly 857 degrees, and it is brutally bad.
Yeah, man, that's crazy.
Yeah, he ain't paying attention to a thing I'm doing. He literally stopped the podcast to get on his phone.
Man, it's important.
Oh, okay.
It is important.
Is it germane to the situation, or do the Germans have nothing to do with it?
It is. Was it over when the Germans bombed Pearl Harbor? Hell no.
Hell no.
It ain't over now.
It ain't over now.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. Now I want to talk some good things about summer that we have here in the South.
I'm sorry about that, dude. If I didn't do that then, it would not have gotten done.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
All right.
So, just letting you know.
The swimming when we were kids.
Oh, my gosh, man.
How much time did we spend in the water?
Listen, me and my brother both, my parents put us on the Hendricks Aqua Kids swim
me
team.
too. I was on it.
And I was on it from 5 till 11, 6 years.
Mm-hmm.
I can swim, buddy.
I can swim too. Yeah.
I am more at home in the water than I am on land.
Yeah, me too.
I loved it.
I don't want to brag, but I'm pretty good at water karate.
Are you?
Yeah, I can do the whole crane kick and everything under the water. Yeah.
That's impressive.
It is. I don't want to brag or anything, but I'm,
Well,
pretty good at the water karate because I could do the whole, crane kick thing like in Karate Kid.
Heck yeah.
My balance is just there. So, if water karate ever becomes an Olympic sport, I've got a shot.
You think you're up for the gold?
I think in my age bracket, maybe.
There's no age protection in the Olympics.
Yeah, well, there should be.
Well, there's not.
I know. That's true.
They brought in breakdancing. I mean, I don't know.
Well, I would break something. I don't
know why they wouldn't.
I would break something
karate.
If water karate. They need to do water karate. Maybe water aikido. I don't know, but the water karate.
That was a sad thing that went away that I wished I hadn't have.
Yeah,
I enjoyed that.
But yeah,
not the water karate.
Not the water karate. Yeah, but the swimming and stuff in general. I mean, it was just a part of our summer that we would find places to go jump in the water.
Swimming on that same note, wonder water slide.
The water slide. Okay, so yes, the water slide. We grew up here with a water slide, and that's another thing that I pointed out. And I said, "See that McDonald's there? That used to be a water slide.
It was an awesome."
And they built a concrete water slide into the side of this hill.
Yes.
And it was the best thing in the world for about 3 years.
I compare every water slide I've ever been on, and I'm like, yeah, this don't do it.
And
this sucks.
And we learned that one where we knew right where to do where we could ride high on the sides.
You could only get a high rider shirt if you rang the bell, the big bell at the bottom.
Yeah.
And I spent an entire summer trying to figure out how to ride that slide. And then I became a high rider, and I could come out on any corner I wanted to come out on. There was a specific, I can't say that, specific way to ride that slide.
Yeah.
To high ride. And like you could just all the way up on the edge, on the corner, with your butt basically hanging out of the top of the slide.
Yeah.
And oh man, I swear to you, if they rebuilt that exactly like it was, I could ride it today.
At your age now.
At my age now, I could ride it today and ring the bell.
You'd hurt tomorrow, but you could still ring that bell.
I don't think I would hurt.
Yeah. I remember, though, that when that opened, it was, I'm trying to think, how much was it?
It was insane. $2.
It was $2 for 30 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And it was the most fun you could have.
You had mats. You had to use a mat on that slide.
You did. It was concrete.
Yes.
It wasn't like a fiberglass or
painted
anything.
over.
It was painted. Yeah.
And you had to use a mat. And they did that. I remember they had 1 through 4 on the mats.
Mm-hmm.
And every 30 minutes they would change numbers, so they would know when your time was up. And man, it was an awesome place.
It was great.
It was an awesome place, and they put that arcade in next door.
Yeah.
I spent 2 summers out there.
Yeah.
Just hanging out.
And I guess I don't know what it was. I guess we got older, and there were other things that were.
They sold it.
They sold it.
They sold it for a mint to McDonald's.
Oh, that's right. They sold it to McDonald's because McDonald's is still there.
Yep.
But I mean, that was the place where we went to.
Yes.
And I guess When did I guess it went for about 5 years, didn't it? Because
It
didn't it
went
open
longer than that.
79?
It went longer than
I
that.
think it was 78 or 79 that it opened.
Yeah. Somewhere around there. I
Yeah.
wasn't in high school, I don't think, when it opened.
Yeah.
But I remember it was, dude, it
No,
was.
I was in middle school.
When it first opened, it was nuts.
It was nuts.
Because they had no rules. They were learning the process, and
Yeah.
they would make chains that were like 20 people long. You remember that? People kept coming out.
And the back end would be slung out and rolling down the hill on
Yeah.
the dirt, on the shell and dirt.
Yeah.
Oh man. But yeah, that's a great local memory. And if you guys, I'm sure you guys had like a local water park or establishment, but that was definitely ours. And that's a big part of our childhood right there.
And it's a shame, man, because that ruined me on water slides.
Yeah.
It really did, because
You judged all the other ones.
judged
Yeah.
every other one by that one. That one was incredible. In
One
my
of the-
senior annual, I got asked to be a cheerleader at one of the
Oh yeah.
pep assemblies.
Yeah.
I had to put on a skirt, and there were a bunch of guys that did it, and you had to wear a blue and white shirt. And I've got on a Wonder Water slide, my
Yeah.
High Rider shirt, in that picture in the annual.
That's great.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Well, we had, like I said, there were, we had choices of, like, you could either join the local pool here, which was Miller's, and then Briarwood. You could do that. You could go to the water slide. That
Or
was
one of the
kinda
country club. If your parents
or if your parents had
were
another-
highfalutin.
were highfalutin, you could go to the country club and do that. The other choice that you had was to go to the lake
Yeah.
and do that. And I guess before all the geese showed up and
Yeah, dude.
eat, and
I'm gonna tell you something,
lighted
man.
out.
That lake was nasty back. When
It was
we were
nasty
kids.
then, too, but
We
we
were
just-
kids, and we just didn't care.
That's why
We basically grew up on that lake,
we did.
because literally, I lived 2 blocks over. Butch lived
Yeah.
probably 3/4 of a mile from
Yeah.
the lake, and it was right off of our neighborhood. And I had friends that lived on the lake,
Yeah.
and I was in that lake every
You could go
damn
all the time.
day.
Yeah.
Every day.
You swim in it all day.
Swimming. We're running trot lines. we
water
did all-
skiing, yeah.
everything.
Everything on there. That was our little local lake, Lake Beaver Fork. And
That's another thing, man, that doesn't happen anymore. Sunday afternoons at the lake.
yeah.
All the teenagers, you remember that? They'd all be in that section down there where they keep the party
Yeah.
bunches, that open field.
That open field.
All the girls would be laying out on towels.
Oh,
Guys would be
yeah.
playing football or throwing a frisbee.
Yep. Every
Yeah.
summer. I remember
There
on
was
our,
never any beer or anything down there. Anyway,
never. I remember on my senior skip day, we went out to the lake.
we did too. Yeah, we were at
And
the
it was a
lake
lake
that
day. It was
Yeah.
on our senior skip.
Great
day.
time.
Also, no, it was unseasonably cold, but it was like, no, we're doing this.
Yeah. Anyway,
You know.
we're doing it because we ain't going to school.
Because we ain't going to school. And that was the senior skip day. Notice a lot of juniors also took off on senior skip day. Yeah, it was kind of a school-wide
I
thing.
might have been one of those.
You might have been one of those. I think you were. I think I recall seeing you out there on my senior skip
Yeah,
day.
there might have been a couple of sophomores there.
It might have been. Could have been too. Debbie might have been there. I'm
I'm
just saying.
pretty sure Big Daddy Rach was there.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was too. We had a good time. Back in the day. The other thing that I will tell you in the South that I'm really sorry if other parts of the country don't have this, but that is the show of you sitting in the yard and watching fireflies.
Oh my gosh, they were out the other night.
Because when they are really in season and you're in an open field of them, it is a constant light show.
It is so
It's beautiful.
pretty. We caught a bunch of them, and back in the day when we were kids,
Lightning bugs.
lightning bugs.
Yeah.
That's right.
But yeah, I remember doing that.
Summertime, kick the can,
I was going to say spotlight and kick the can.
spotlight, and kick the can. We did
And-
a lot of that.
in Ty Gray's yard. And I remember kick the can when somebody filled the can with rocks, and Kyle King came around to kick the can, and it did not go well. Wasn't me that filled it with rocks, Kyle. I'm just
Man,
telling
there's been a lot of stuff happening at Ty Gray's yard.
you. Yeah. Lots of things. There were some pickup games of football that ended up with people getting
Joe
tackled
Powers, have you ever done a Superman slide through a sewer?
through a sewer because everybody had a septic tank, and Ty's bubbled up in the corner. It had a certain
Oh my
odor
God!
to
Yeah,
it.
our neighborhood against the entire Galt family. That was
the Galt boys.
They would bring cousins, uncles, everybody over to play football, and it was brutal
It was
football.
brutal because those guys were.
It wasn't no. Yeah, you got me. No, it was. There were 4 people tackling somebody.
Kabam! But summers in the South to me, it's an opportunity. It's the camping trips. It's the trips up to the lake. We'd go to Greer's Ferry and camp out for a week. Those are the memories I have of summer.
Sure.
And to me, that's probably across the South and anywhere where it gets nice and warm like that.
I was going to say earlier, probably my favorite thing about summertime here and anywhere basically is that mild evening of about 81, 82 degrees, sun's down, and it's just comfortable.
Sometimes you'll get those low humidity days that are just perfect.
And you're out and about with all your buddies, and you're just having a blast.
You're having a blast. Sitting in the backyard, doing whatever. But that's my. I remember being a kid. Like my parents would do these cookouts and stuff, and have people over, and we'd
Which
grill.
you didn't know at the time, but dude, everybody was getting loaded.
No, my parents were getting hammered. I remember going in there and it's like I'd find like these, tonic. What's tonic water? And it's like, this is terrible. Which it's not actually. It's quite delicious.
It's quite delicious if you put the right mix-ins in it.
Yes, I remember as a kid going, "Oh, what's this? I've never had this. Oh my gosh, this is terrible. It's
awful.
It's bitter." No, it's not.
Want some beer? No.
No.
No,
as a
it
matter of
tastes
fact, I
like
don't.
crap.
No, it's terrible. How do you drink that? But yes, they were getting hammered. I remember that. But Dad he had that aluminum PK grill, and he would grill steaks on that thing or burgers or whatever. And our house, we generally were doing that once a week. That had people.
What the hell happened to the meat companies, man? Dude,
Oh, yeah.
steak is out of control.
Steak is out of control.
I mean, I love steak, and I just every time I look in the grocery store, I'm like, oh hell no, I got to make a truck payment.
I got to make a truck payment. I can't do that.
I can't buy no steak.
The only thing is, you have to go to that cheap store.
Yeah, I
over
ain't
there,
doing that. Nope.
And it's like it may or may not be from the United States.
Nope.
And I'm out. And
not doing it.
I've had some of that steak before, and it's not good.
You can't sous vide it and make it good.
You can't make it good.
There's a term for you, sous vide.
Sous vide. Yeah. He spoke French. He's classing the place up. But yeah, man, summer was always my favorite time as a kid.
I loved it, man. It was awesome. School was out.
We were out of school. That's number one. Now I've got to say there's about a month period starting in April, sometimes the end of March, that goes to about the middle of May. That is my perfect weather situation.
You can do
for
that
sitting
again in the
outside.
fall too. I mean, it happens around the end of September, 1st of October, somewhere around there.
Where you can sit outside and just
yeah.
and I mean, Debbie and I spend almost the entire spring. Now we didn't this year because it was so wet. This spring, so wettest spring.
Let me tell
I
you
remember.
something. Butch has got the ultimate backyard setup. It is so sweet.
Thank you.
I love partying over here.
It's fun to sit around. It's a great
It
place
is,
to
man.
sit
It's
around and
nice.
visit. It's a good place to sit around
We
and
don't
visit.
throw major parties anymore.
No, we don't. Well, here's what we need to do. We're going to listen. Here's the deal. I'm going to go ahead and make this call right now.
Uh-oh.
One day we're going to do a podcast party, and anybody wants to travel here, you can't stay here. You have to find a hotel. But
we'll get you to the hotel. You don't worry about it.
Do you hear me, Bradford? Okay. Well, maybe,
Donna's welcome to stay,
that's
but
true.
you're going to have to
Donna
find
can
a
stay.
hotel.
Yeah, we'll put you on the couch, maybe.
In the hotel lobby.
We got a blow up mattress here for you, motel lobby. But we may just do that. We may say, "Hey, come over. It's going to be a podcast party. We'll podcast since it's a podcast party, and just do all that." But that might be something to look forward to this fall.
That might be
That
fun.
might be fun. Well, this fall's will be busy. Maybe next spring. Keep it in mind. Remind me that I said it.
He's already changing dates. It's not going to happen.
Well, no, it's not that. It's just that September's taken for it.
Sexual chocolate.
It's football season. It's football season.
Yeah, you pick an open date.
Well, that's true.
You pick
Had
a
to look
date
an
where the
open
hog. You can always put a TV up out back and play the hogs.
We watch the hogs.
That's exactly right.
See there,
dude. You listen.
Listen,
I am your party liaison. You just holler at me, and I'll set this bitch up.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. The party liaison, ladies and gentlemen.
It's me. I've been throwing parties since 1983.
But I think it's a good idea.
I do.
And we'll podcast.
I'm in.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, an epic moment has just happened. We don't have a date yet, but I think this fall we're gonna shoot for it.
Okay.
We're going to do the podcast party where everybody on this here list as a producer is invited to come over.
Oh,
That includes
my Lord.
all you people, all you foreign people from other states.
Heck yeah. Come on, sister.
Even old Dusty Breeze.
Cadis, you better bring yourself, girl. I'll miss you anyway.
Yeah.
And you can even bring your ugly husband, too. It'd be all right.
Big Daddy Rage.
Yeah. Smiley.
And Smiley.
I'd love to have Smiley here. That would be awesome. Terry Shots.
Yep.
Yeah.
There you go.
Nancy Schwartz.
Nancy. Ladies and gentlemen, we have come to a momentous decision. We're going to plan this thing out. This is going to be fun. It's going to be epic. And
Sexual chocolate. Anyway, go ahead.
he says that a lot. But for a man who used to dance under the name of Dong Quixote, what do you expect? Have your day, people.
AMF, guys.